Blade had disappeared from the world, retreating to a remote island in Asia. Out there, alone, he found something close to peace, or at least the quiet to reflect on a life built on blood. And in that solitude he embraced the truth. Pain and suffering were the only constants left, but solitude never lasts. Blade finds himself among criminals and lost souls. He had only one reason to be there: steal. In a forgotten forge he set to work, reigniting flames that hadn't burned in years. Hammer met metal, each strike shaping more than just a weapon. The pain, the heat, it didn't break him. It refined him, piece by piece, to build himself into something stronger. Then, as if drawn by the fire, a figure stepped into the forge, hooded, watching, speaking in riddles. He called himself Damien, a messenger of the Spellguard, and he knew things about Blade, about the past, about the dark force that once took hold of him. Blade barely looked up from his work. The newly forged blade still glowed red-hot in his grip. He gave Damien one warning: leave or die. But Damien only smiled. His body wasn't really there, just a projection. He had come with a message. Blade's exile was over. It was time to kill again, and Damien knew exactly who the first target should be. Pontious Van Helsing, Blade scoffed. Who? But Damien wasn't interested in small talk. He had a meeting in mind, and as if on cue, a helicopter roared to life above them, slicing through the night. They flew over the jungle, over the ruins of something ancient. There, Damien waited at a table spread with food, his smirk never fading. Blade wasn't there for dinner. He wanted answers. He wanted to know who truly pulled the strings of the Spellguard. But Damien wasn't done with his show. Two hooded figures dragged in a man, if you could still call him that. His body was twisted, mutilated, reshaped by dark magic into something barely human. His eyes, though, still pleaded for one thing: an end. Damien claimed Van Helsing was seduced by people responsible, that the hunter had become the monster, leading a cult of his own. He slid a dagger across the table. A simple offer: take the blade, take the mission, kill Van Helsing and his followers. Blade didn't flinch. He didn't trust Damien, and he sure as hell wasn't anyone's hired killer. Damien tried to push. The fight came fast. A cultist lunged at him, magic crackling in the air. But Blade didn't hesitate. He moved like a storm, fast, brutal, unstoppable, and the cultists fell one by one. When the chaos settled, Blade found Damien again. This time there was no projection, no tricks. Damien tried one last taunt. Blade didn't let him finish. Steel met flesh. A quick, brutal slice. Damien hit the ground, blood pooling beneath him. Then, Blade turned back to the suffering man, the one who had been twisted, broken beyond saving. You sure? The man closed his eyes. Blade gave him what he asked for, but something lingered. A name, a mission, Pontious. Blade didn't trust the cult, didn't trust the game they were playing, but something told him he needed to see this through, on his own terms. He inspects the dagger, a guide, a key, a map. One word stood out: Sun La. Far from there, in the shadows of a dungeon, man sits on a throne. Messenger, who addresses him as Father Pontious, tells him about the Spellguard and about an assassin who is coming for him. Pontious, already aware of the situation, just smirks. They've sent a blade.